morning, everyone. Good morning, Amol. So today we have to move our class forward. Yes, good morning, Anjali, Surendra, Santosh, Vahini, Sai Darsak. Okay. And good morning, everyone. It's not raining at our place. It was raining, I think, before 1 or 2 days. So is there rain in Hyderabad? Good morning, Hanu. Good morning, Vijay, Veronica, Chaturi. Good morning to everyone. Okay, it's raining in Warangal. It's okay. So weather is different at different places. Before 2 days, it was raining here. Okay, that's good. So enjoy the weather. Unfortunately, I met with a small accident yesterday, and I have an injury in my hands and legs. But that is not too much. Okay. Now I'm fine. Just there is small injury in my hand, see, and in my leg, and rest of the things are okay. I'm totally fit for taking the class, no problem. Okay. Yes, thank you, everyone. I'm fine, completely fine right now. Okay, no problem. It's okay. It happens. It happens sometimes. So let's start our class. Okay. Yes, thank you. Thank you everyone for your wishes. Definitely, I will become totally fit very soon with the well wishes of your students. Thanks to everyone. Okay. Thank you. So let's start. We are doing set theory, and yes, I was going to make you write a result about the number of subsets. Okay. So see, I am going to make you write a result. Students are regularly coming also. See, the result is about total number of subsets. Okay, the result is about total number of subsets. So suppose, first of all, listen to it, and then I will make you write. If any set has n number of subsets, if a set has n number of elements, if any set has n number of elements, then total number of subsets of the set will be 2 to the power n. This is the result. You have to remember this result. Okay, the proof of this result you will get in permutation and combination topic. There I will give you the proof, or in binomial theorem. These all these topics are in class 11th. So I will give the proof of this result later on in those chapters. But right now you have to just remember the result. What is the result? If a set has n elements, if a set has n elements, then total number of subsets of the set. See, if a set has n elements, then total number of subsets of the set will be 2 to the power n. Right now, just remember this result. Okay, proof of this result, as I told you, will be given in the later chapters in binomial theorem, in permutation, combination, etc. So, for example, if n a is equal to, suppose, m, that means what does it mean? Number of elements in the set A is equal to m. So if number of elements in the set A is equal to m, then total number of subsets will be 2 to the power m. Okay. Now let's take an example. If I take 2 to the power n m, okay, see, here I am telling you, if a set has n elements, then its total number of subset will be 2 to the power m. But if the set has m elements, then according to the same formula, the total number of subsets will be 2 to the power this number of element m. Okay. Okay. Now suppose if na is equal to 4, then tell me total number of subsets of a. What will be that? Yes, total number of subsets of a will be 2 to the power 4 and it will become 16. Yes, very easy. Okay. Now one more example. Suppose if a is equal to abc, okay, then tell me what are the total number of subsets of a. First of all, tell me total number of subsets. Total number of subsets of a. Yes, all are right, very easy. Total number of subsets of a will be according to the formula. See here in a, no, Sainath, how you are writing a square? It will not be a square. See, the total number of elements in a is 3. So here na is equal to 3. Number of elements in the set a is equal to 3. So according to this formula, total number of subsets will be 2 to the power 3, or it will become 8. So yes, all students are giving me the correct answer. Very nice. Now, do you know why I took this example? Because with the help of this example, I can show you that there are total 8 number of subsets of this set. Okay. If I take another example, for example, if I take a set in which there are 4 elements, then it will be difficult to write 16 number of subsets. It will be a huge calculation. That's why I took a set which contains 3 elements. Now its total number of subsets will be 8, and yes, 8 subsets can be written easily. So now I am going to write all the subsets. See, subsets. First of all, let's make a subset by taking 0 element of the set A. 0 number of element of the set A. So first subset of this set A will be 5. Okay. Now, yes, before moving forward, one more thing I want to ask. I don't know it's right or not, but if any student sends me hi, okay, because there are few students have sent me hi on Telegram. So I'm sorry, I don't reply to hi. Okay. If you are saying good morning, good evening, then definitely I will reply. Even if after writing hi, you are sending your queries, your doubts, your problems, then I will reply. But if you are sending only hi, then sorry, I don't reply. Okay. So please, whoever is sending me the messages, please remember this thing. So yes, the next subset C, I am making a subset by taking one element of this set. Okay, by taking one element of this set. So if I take one element and I am making a subset, then the first subset can be A. Next subset can be, see this, by taking one element of the set, I am making subset, and see this. Now let's make subset of this set by taking two elements. So one subset will be AB, the other will be BC, the other one will be CA. Okay. Now these are the only three possibilities. If you take two elements of the set A, you can check. And now if we take all the three elements of the set and I am making a subset, then the last subset will be this. Now you can count it: 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Okay, so this result has been verified by this example. The proof of this result, as I told you, I will give you in later chapters. Okay, so now I hope you all have understood this result. Okay, A, B, C, A, B, B, C, C, A, B, C. Yes, Sai Darshak, you missed only 5. The rest of the things are okay. So I think this is clear to all. Yes. So I'm moving to the next one. Deepak, yes. Were you present in the previous class, Deepak? I did not see your name, I think, yesterday. Yeah, that's why I asked you. Okay. So don't try to miss the class. Try to attend the class regularly. Okay. This is the basic, but later on, after 3 to 4 classes, each and every class becomes very, very important. Yesterday you missed, it's okay. Yes. But later on, if you miss one class, then it will be very difficult to cover that class. Okay. Okay. So yes, moving forward, I'm going to the next page. The next one is simply power set. What is that? Power set of a set. Power set of a set. So what is power set of the set? See, the power set is represented by this, and it is read as power set of A. And what is its definition? Yeah, welcome again. Okay. Power set of the set A. What is this power set? Yes, it is a set whose elements are all possible subsets of the set A. Okay, what is the power set? It is a set. Power set is a set whose elements are all possible subsets of the set A. All possible subsets of the set A. Okay. So power set is a set whose elements are all possible subsets of the set A. Yes, Varsha, you are right. So see, for example, again, if I take the same example, A is equal to ABC, then power set of A is a set whose elements are all possible subsets of this set A. So you have written all possible subsets of the A in the previous page. So you can just write down those. First subset was 5, the second subset was A, B, C. Then two elements subset AB, BC, CA, and three element subset ABC, ES. And this bracket is closed. Now, see, power set of A. What is power set of A? It is a set whose elements are all possible subsets of the set A. So there are total 8 possible subsets of A, and that's why in power set of A there will be 8 number of elements. Okay, so here another result you can write, and what is that result? What is that result is, if number of elements in A is equal to M, number of elements in A is M, then number of elements in power set of A will be what? 2 to the power M. Okay, why? If number of elements in A, then number of elements in the power set of A will be 2 to the power M. Okay, why? Because if number of elements in the set A is M, then total number of subsets of the A will be 2 to the power M, and all those subsets will be element of the power set, and that's why number of elements in the power set will be 2 to the power M. Okay, so all of you, I think, have understood. Yes, if you have any doubt, then you can ask. Any doubts? Please tell me. Okay. Okay, nice. Nice, very nice. It's a government announcement outside of the house that persons of the age between 18 and 44 can take the vaccine at the vaccination centers, and that is the noise, small noise. Okay, nice. See, now I am taking an example. Suppose if number of elements in A is 5, then Tell me number of elements in power set of A. Yes, what will be the answer? Quickly. Number of elements in the power set of A. Yes. Yes, 2 to the power 5. Nice. 32. Very easy. Okay. Good. Very good. Very good. That was easy. Now, tell me number of elements in power set of 5. Yes. What will be the answer? Number of elements in power set of 5. What will be the answer? Okay. Some students are giving answer 1. Sai, Charan, Santosh, you are correct. But rest of the students are giving 0 or other things. That is not correct. See, apply the rule. You know, number of elements in 5, you know very well it is 0. Number of elements in 5 is 0. So number of elements in power set of this set 5 will be according to the formula 2 to the power 0 or it will be 1. Okay. One more example. Not 5. No, please. See here. Again, see the explanation. Here number of elements in the set 5 is 0. So according to the formula for number of elements in the power set, number of elements in the power set of 5 will be 2 to the power 0. Okay. Hanok, please say yes if you have understood this. Next one. Yes, okay. Tell me number of elements in power set of, okay, power set of 5. Tell me the answer. Number of elements in power set of 5. No. Just don't give the answer too quickly. Don't try to give the answers in very less time. Please try to give me the correct answer. Even if you take some time, that is not the problem. 1 is not the correct answer. There is no chance of maybe. Okay. Vijay Kumar, you are giving 4, and I think it is correct. Let's check. Okay. No, not 0, not 3. Okay, see here, everyone, please. Start from 1 by 1. Number of elements in power set of 5, now you know 1. Number of elements in power set of 5, you have evaluated in the previous question, and you know it is 1. Now, if number of elements in power set of 5 is 1, the number of elements in the power set of this power set of 5. So number of elements in power set of 5 will be according to the formula 2 to the power 1. Okay. Okay, next. Again, I have to take power set of this set. Okay, so I am going to write the number of elements power set of this set. So again, number of elements in power set of this set, power set of 5. So according to the formula, it will be 2 to the power 2, and your answer is 4. Yes, I am explaining it once again. So everyone, please listen again. See, the number of elements in power set of 5, you have evaluated 1. I think it's clear to all. Now, everyone, please listen, please focus. Suppose if I write A to this power set of 5, I am writing A to this power set of 5. Then number of elements in A is equal to 1. So number of elements in power set of this A, this is A, power set of A will be according to the result 2 to the power 1. Okay. Suppose if I take this total as B, so if number of elements in the set B is 2, then number of elements in power set of this B is equal to, according to the formula, 2 to the power 2, 4. So I think it must be clear to all. If no, then please ask me. Mansa, please tell me, is it clear now? Is it clear to everyone? Okay, yes. So now let's move to the next page. From now you will get class notes, this PDF of class notes. on the same day. Okay, so today I will send you the class notes of today's class. Okay, now next thing is that I am moving to the next concept, and that is disjoint sets. Okay, what is that? Disjoint sets. So what are disjoint sets? It's very easy. As the name suggests, there is no joint between the two sets. That means there are no common elements in the given two sets. Okay, so the two sets in which there are no common element are known as disjoint sets. Okay, very easy. Two sets which have no common elements. Yes, no common elements are simply disjoint sets. The two sets which have no common elements are simply known as disjoint sets. Okay, next, suppose if A and B are disjoint, A and B are disjoint sets, then there will be no common elements in A and B. That's why I can write A intersection B is equal to 5. Okay, A intersection B will be equal to 5. Okay, yes. So I think it's clear to all, and now I can give an example on this. For example, if A is equal to set of even numbers, a set of even integers, and B is equal to set of odd integers. So you can easily see that A and B have no common elements, and that's why these two are disjoint sets. Again, you can take another example. Set Q, set of rational numbers, and Q complement, it is set of irrational numbers. So yes, these two are disjoint sets, and yes, many more examples you can take. For example, Vignesh is telling me a particular example. Yes, you can write A is equal to suppose 1, 2, 3, and B is equal to suppose 4, 6. So these two are disjoint sets. It's very clearly visible to all. Okay. So now I'm moving to, there are only two definitions left here, and after that I am going to start Venn diagram. Okay. See next. The next one is universal set. Universal set. Now, what is this universal set? Listen carefully. First of all, listen it. As the name suggests, universe is associated with the name, and you know, our planet Earth, our whole solar system, in which there are 8 planets and sun. Now 8 planets, because Pluto has been removed from the list of planets. So 8 planets and sun. And this solar system belongs to some galaxy, to some Milky Way. Milky Way belongs to galaxy. Galaxy belongs to the universe. So all the things come under the universe. So similarly, in the universal set, all other sets will come under the universal set. So what is the definition of universal set? See, it is a set. Universal set is a set such that all other sets under consideration are subset of the universal set. This is the definition. Okay, it is a set such that all other sets under consideration, all other sets under consideration are subset of the universal set, are subset of the universal set. Yes, you can say it is superset of all other sets. That is the same thing. Okay, it is superset of all other sets. That means all other sets under consideration are subset of the universal set. For example, if I take universal set as 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 only, then remember, if you are making this as universal set, then all other sets, now if we write, then all other sets will be a subset of this universal set. For example, I am writing 1 3 5, I am writing 2 4 6, I am writing anything 3 6. So all other sets under consideration are subset of the universal set. Okay, so if you are making this as universal set, then all other sets must be a subset of this universal set. I am taking some more examples on this, but first of all, tell me, is it clear to all? Should I move to the next page? Okay, nice, good. Okay, very nice. So again, let's take an example. Universal set, you can take set of real numbers. Okay, now all other sets under consideration must be the subset of this universal set. So you can take what? Set of real numbers, then you can take set of integers. Set of integers. Yes, set of rational numbers. Set of irrational numbers. Okay, so all other sets under consideration are subset of the universal set. This is the meaning of universal set. Okay, so it's very easy. Yeah, set of natural number, you can say set of even number, you can say. All other subsets are, all other sets are subset of this universal set. Okay, so all of you have understood, and that's why I'm moving to the last definition, and that is what? That is complement of a set. Complement of a set. This is the last definition. Okay, complement of a set. See, now what is complement of the set? It is represented by, see, a complement or a bar or a dash. In any way you can represent complement of the set. Now listen carefully, very important, how you are going to read this. If in any mathematical question you have to read this, then it means not a. Okay, a complement or a bar means not a. You are going to read it as not a, and as the name suggests, not a, that means except the elements of a, all other elements can be taken in the complement of the set A. Okay, so what is this complement of a set? It is a set. It is a set which consists of all elements of the universal set, all elements of the universal set after removing the elements of A. After removing the elements of A. Okay, if from universal set we remove the elements of A, then what we'll get is a complement or a bar. Okay, for example, see, this a bar or a complement depends upon universal set also. If universal set is changed, then a bar or a complement will also be changed. For example, suppose I am taking universal set as 1 2 3 4 5 6, simple only this. And suppose if a is equal to 2 4 6, then a complement a bar will be what? It will be all elements of the universal set after removing the elements of A. So if we remove elements of A, 2 4 6, then what will be left here? 1 3 5. So it will be a bar. Yes, correct. Chaturya Teja, absolutely right. Very easy. But suppose if I change the universal set, I am going to write the universal set. Okay, let's do it in the next page. If I change the universal set to 1 2 3 4 5, 6, 7, and the A is same 2, 4, 6. So see, A bar will be changed. Now what will be A bar? After removing the elements of A from the universal set, you will be left out with 1, 3, 5, 7. Yes, correct. So see, as I told you, yes, I am turning to the previous page. See, what I was saying that if the universal set were 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, A was 2, 4, 6, then A bar was 1, 3, 5. But if the universal set is changed 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, A remains same, A is same 2, 4, 6, but A bar has been changed, and that's why I told you that A bar depends upon the universal set also. Yeah, A complement depends upon the universal set also. So everyone is clear or not? Please tell me. Easy concept. Okay, can I move to the next page? Yes, nice. Okay. See, if I ask from you that A intersection A bar, what will be your answer? A intersection A bar. A intersection A bar will be 5. Yes, correct. Not even, no Jaishankar. Yeah, correct. Varsha, Santosh, Chaturya, yes, Tejasvi, all are correct. Yes, Anjali, Jaishankar, all are correct. No, yes, A intersection A bar is equal to 5 because there will be no common elements in A and A bar. See, you can see, because of definition, I am getting A bar after removing the elements of A. So there can be no common elements in A and A bar. So A intersection A bar is 5. Yes. And now tell me what will be A union A bar? A union A bar. What will be that? A union A bar. Yes, it is universal set. Okay. If I combine A and A bar, then I am going to get universal set. Very correct. Nice. Santosh, Varsha, Hano, Mansa. Yes, very good. Sainath, I am not asking for a particular question. I am asking for the general one. Okay. So it is universal set. A union A bar. If you combine A and A bar, then you will get universal set. Because of the definition, A bar is all other elements of the universal set after removing elements of A. And if you are combining it with A, then again you will get universal set. Okay. So correct. So all the definitions have been completed. Now I am starting Venn diagram. Okay, so very important, as I told you in the previous class, that in today's class we'll definitely start Venn diagram. So many students were waiting for the Venn diagram to be started. Now I am going to explain the Venn diagram, and it's very interesting. All of you, please focus on the board and try to learn those concepts. And remember, from this Venn diagram, there will be many formulas will be derived. Now, understand the importance of this Venn diagram. There are so many questions in the book, in IITs also. The questions are asked directly from the Venn diagram. Use of the Venn diagram will be mainly in class 12th when you will study probability. And one more thing, if you are going to study reasoning, mathematical reasoning, I will teach you mathematical reasoning, because do you know, 2 questions are asked from mathematical reasoning in JEE Mains. Very small topic, mathematical reasoning, but 2 questions are asked. So I will teach you mathematical reasoning. So there also Venn diagram will be used. Okay. Although in no book or nowhere Venn diagram or set theory concept is used in the mathematical reasoning, but when I will teach you mathematical reasoning, then I will use set theory and Venn diagram. So you will find that the questions of reasoning will become so much easier than other methods. Okay, and within 10 seconds you will be able to solve the questions which are asked in IIT JEE. Okay, so let's start Venn diagram. Now listen. I am starting with the universal set. You have studied the universal set. What is the meaning of universal set? Universal set is a superset. That means all other sets under consideration are subset of the universal set. So in Venn diagram, universal set is represented by a rectangle. Okay, it is a universal set. Logical, yes, you can say logical aptitude, yes. But here in mathematics syllabus, it is mainly called as mathematical reasoning. Okay, and one or two questions generally asked from this mathematical reasoning, very small topic in JEE mains. Okay. It is compulsory. What is compulsory? About what you are asking? Universal set. Okay. See, the universal set is represented by a rectangle. Now all other sets under consideration will come inside this rectangle because all other sets are subset of the universal set. Generally, see, the sets are represented by circles. Okay. Generally, the sets are represented by a circle. See, it is a set A and it is a set B. So it is a universal set. It is set A. It is set B. Okay. Now, one by one, in the same Venn diagram, I am drawing intersection of two sets. Now remember, what was the meaning of intersection? Intersection means all elements which are present in A and B both. So see, these are the elements. These are the elements in which I have shaded the portion to which I have shaded. These are the elements which belong to the set A and which belong to the set B also. These are the elements which belong to A and B both, and that's why this shaded region is known as A intersection B. Okay, so in one Venn diagram, I have explained to you universal set and what, and A intersection B, or intersection of two sets. Okay, now I'm explaining some the other things in other Venn diagram. For example, today you have studied about disjoint sets, and I am representing it by Venn diagram. See, disjoint sets. This is your universal set. And you know, disjoint sets means two sets which have no common element. So I am making these two sets as A and B. These two are disjoint sets. There are no common elements in A and B. Okay, so these two are disjoint sets. Okay, is it clear? Should I move to next page? Tell me, and so that I can show you some more Venn diagrams and some more results about it. Okay. Okay. Okay, so I'm moving to next page. Thank you. Yeah. Now remember one by one what we have studied previously. I am showing all the things in the Venn diagram. You have studied complement of a set. And I am showing this in a Venn diagram. See, this is the universal set. This is a set A. Okay, so A complement. Okay, I am going to write this A inside the circle. A complement means all the elements of the universal set except the elements of A. So see, this shaded portion, this represents all elements of the universal set except the elements of A. So this shaded portion represents A complement or A bar. Okay, now see clearly from the Venn diagram, it's very much clear that A intersection A bar is equal to 5. A and outside of the region is A bar. There is no common elements in A and A bar, so A intersection A bar is 5. And yes, one more thing, A union A bar, you can check A and A bar, if both are combined, then you will get universal set. Okay, so all the results you can derive from the Venn diagram also. Now see, I'm showing you subset. Suppose I'm writing A is a subset of B, and I'm going to show you with the help of Venn diagram. See, this is universal set, this is a set B. Now how to make A? Please everyone focus. All the elements of A are also elements of B, or the elements of A have been picked from elements of B. That means this subset A will come inside B. Yes, nice Chaturi, very nice. This A will come inside B. Okay, so here A is a subset of B, will be represented in Venn diagram like this. Now give me the answer by looking at this Venn diagram. A intersects is okay. Let's first take union. A union B will be what? Yes, correct. Santosh Chatur, Tejasvi not correct. Hano correct. No Deepak, not universal set. A union B, see from the Venn diagram. Correct Anjali. Yes, MV Reddy correct. Okay, so many students are giving me the correct answer. C. A union B means you are combining A and B. So take all the elements of A and take all the elements of B. You are combining. So after combining, you will get B only. Okay. So remember this result, because while solving the problems on the set theory, you will get use of this concept. If A is a subset of B, then A union B will be equal to B. Now tell me A intersection B. What will be A intersection B? Yes. A intersection B. Yes, correct Chaturya. Sainath, Tejasvi, Santosh. Yes, all are correct this time. MV Reddy correct. Yes, correct Anjali. Yes. Very nice. All are correct. Varsa correct. A intersection B means you have to take those elements which are present in A and present in B both. So yes, present in A and all these elements are also present in B. So A intersection B is equal to simply A. Okay. So I think all are clear about these concepts. Now I am moving to the next important thing. I am showing you union of sets by Venn diagram, and from here I am going to give you the first formula, first very important formula which you have to remember. Listen, you will not derive that formula, but you must remember that formula. The formula must be on your tip. At any place, if the formula is used, you must know the formula. Okay. See, the union of two sets. First of all, this is the universal set. Okay. And this is a set A. This is the set B. This is a set A. This is the set B. Union means, you have studied, union means I have to take all the elements of A and all the elements of B. All elements of A you have to take, all elements. And you have to take all elements of B also. Okay. All elements of A and all elements of B you have to take. See. So the shaded portion represents A union B. This represents A union B. Okay. Now I am going to write the formula of A union B. And I will write the formula after making a fresh diagram of A union B, so that you people may understand it properly. Okay, so I'm going to solve it in the next page. I'm going to do it in the next page. Okay, because in this page there will be no space to write the formula. So I'm moving to the next page. Do you know why I ask every time before moving to next page from you? Because there may be some students who are writing. I expect, although, that all students are writing, but definitely there may be some students who are properly writing in the class itself, and if they are not able to note down, that's why I ask from them that should I go to the next page. Okay, although I will provide you the PDF of these class notes at the end today. Okay, next. See, I was going to write the formula. Okay, so yes, again I am making a universal set, a set A and a set B, and everyone please focus. Yes, thank you. So everyone please focus. A and B. In A union B, you have to take all the elements. In A union B, see, you have to take all the elements of A and all the elements of B. So I am going to write the formula for number of elements in A union B. Okay, so see it clearly. First of all, you have to, I am going to write the formula for number of elements in A union B. So you have to take all these elements. So first of all, you take elements which are present here. So for this, you have to write what? NA. And see, if you have taken NA, then what elements will come in NA? See in the Venn diagram, see please, by the red dots. These all elements will come in NA. Yes, correct, Vignesh, correct. And all these elements will also come inside the A. So in NA, you are getting these elements. Now, you have also to take these elements. That's why I am writing NB. If you have written NB, then see, all these elements have been included in B, and these elements are also included in B. So all the red dot elements you are getting in NA plus NB. Okay, but see, this portion is coming twice, but you have to take it only once. Okay, so this A intersection B is coming twice, but you have to take only once in the formula. That's why we have to subtract it once. That's why I am subtracting NA intersection B. So this is the first formula which you have to remember. This is very important formula. Okay, so you must remember this thing. I will ask from you in the next classes. Okay, this is very much useful formula. NA union B is equal to, remember, learn at the same time, NA plus NB minus N and NA intersection B. So tell me first of all, is it clear to everyone or not? Is this formula clear to everyone? Yes. And I hope you all will remember this formula. Okay, yes, good. Very nice. See, now we are going to learn very good things, very important things. Now I'm going to write the formula for, everyone please focus now. Please focus on the board. Very important thing. Now I'm going to write number of elements in A, number of elements in A, which are not number of elements. Okay, I'm writing it in a more detailed way. Number of elements which are present in A but not present in B. See, I am going to write the formula for number of elements which are present in A but not present in B. And now you have to learn so many things here. First of all, by the Venn diagram, I am showing you that for what elements this question is asking for. So I have made a universal set, I have made a set A, I have made a set B. This is set A, this is set B. See, again read it properly. Number of elements which are present in A but not in B. So yes, please tell me first of all. Yes, Vijay Kumar, you are right. It is equal to A minus B. Yeah, it is equal to A minus B, but I am showing you it on Venn diagram. Tell me, can I take these elements where I am putting dot? Can I take these elements? Present in A but not present B. Can I take this element? Please tell me quickly. No. Because these elements are neither present in A nor in B. Yes. So can I take these elements where I have put the dot? Yes, please. Can I take these elements where I have put the dot? Yes. These elements are present in A, but these elements are not present in B. So this is the shaded portion. Okay. Can I take these elements where I have put the dot? Present in A, not present in B? No. Okay, Varsa, you are correct. No, I cannot take, yes, because these elements are present in A and also present in B, and also you cannot take these elements. Okay, so only the shaded portion can be taken. I think everyone is clear about it. The number of elements which are present in A but not present in B, only this shaded portion you have to take. Now, how to write in mathematical language? This thing you must know. Please, everyone, focus. This is very important thing. Number of elements, yes, present in A. So see, present in A, and 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 means you all know intersection. Not present in B. So not present in B means B bar. Okay. So see, you must learn that how to write this language in the mathematical term, and you also must learn that how to write these mathematical data in terms of language. Okay, so in language what it will be read as number of elements which are present in A and not present in B. In this way you have to write this, and you must learn that this mathematical expression can be read as like this. You must understand this because such type of problems are asked in JEE. Now I'm going to write its formula. Its formula is, you can write, you can see here, this shaded portion can be written as NA, and you have to subtract A intersection B from NA minus NA intersection B. Okay, yes, one more formula you can write. See, you can write A union B and minus NB. If you remove NB, then you will get this. Okay, so I think you all have understood the meaning of this. You must know that how to write this language in terms of mathematical expression, and how to read this mathematical expression in the language, how to derive the formula. Although you don't need to learn this formula, you must know how to derive the formula. Okay, but if you understand these things properly, then you automatically you will get learned this formula. B dash, see, B dash B bar, it is bar. Bar means complement. Okay, B bar means B complement, and B complement means in the language not B. Okay, so this represents number of elements present in A. See how I am reading, present in A and not present in B. Present in A, focus on the board and listen what I am reading, how I am reading. Present in A and not present in B. And by the Venn diagram, I shaded this portion and derived the formula for this. Yes, anyone have any doubt, then please ask immediately. Is it clear? Tell me quickly. Yes. Okay. So I'm moving to the next page. Okay. Now, okay, yes. Now you give me the formula. First of all, what you'll do, first of all, make the Venn diagram, then write in the language, then derive the formula. Similar thing I am giving to you. Number of elements present in B but not present in A. Yes, quickly. First of all, Venn diagram, then write in the language, then derive the formula quickly. Till then, I am drawing the universal set and the set. Please, you do it quickly. Present number of elements present in B but not present in A. Okay, B shaded, no? Present in B but not present in A. C. This is the portion which are present in B but not present in A. Yes. So before writing the formula, you have to write it in language. See how I'm writing it in language. Elements which are present in B and not present in A. Okay, you must know this. Present in B and not present in A. Yes, the formula you can write in two ways. How? First, NB minus B. From B you have to subtract this A intersection B. Or yes, another formula you can write NA union B minus NA. So it's very simple. Okay. So yes, Vignesh, Chaturi, you are also correct. Varsa, yes. Vignesh, yes. All are you correct. Nice. But very few answer I am getting. Only these much students have given me the answer. But okay. Yeah, Tejasvi, you are correct. Tell me if there is any doubt, then you can ask me. And otherwise, just write the formula for the next one. Okay. Now first of all you have to draw the Venn diagram. Then you have to write in the language. Then you have to write the formula. All the three things you have to do. Number of elements which are present neither in A nor in B. Okay, so you have to draw the Venn diagram of those elements which are present neither in A nor in B. After that, you have to write those things in the language. After that, you have to write the formula. Quickly, please do it. Till then, I am drawing the Venn diagram. Okay, correct. Varsa, you are absolutely correct. And a correct Tejasvi, very nice. You have written in the language, very correct. In between, you have to put intersection sign. Okay, so see everyone, please. Number of elements which are present neither in A nor in B. So I think this element is neither present in A nor in B. Yeah. These elements cannot be taken because these are present in A or B. So if I set the reason, then this is the shaded portion. Okay. So this shaded portion represents the elements which are present neither in A nor in B. Now, first of all, I will write in language. See, elements are not present in A and not present in B. Not present in A and not present in B. Now I am going to write the formula. See, from the Venn diagram, you can clearly see that it is equal to number of elements A union B whole bar. Okay, that means all elements of the universal set after removing the elements of A union B. So it is N A union B whole bar, and which can be written as number of elements in the universal set minus number of elements in A union B. Yes, correct. So Chaturi, Vignesh, N A intersection N B. Okay, N A dash intersection N B dash. Okay, correct. Vignesh, Chaturi, all are correct. Nice. So I think it is clear. In the language, I have written N A bar intersection B bar neither present in A nor present in B. It is equal to N A union B whole bar. It is equal to N number of elements in the universal set minus number of elements in A union B. Okay. So I'm moving to the next page. Okay. Okay. So now everyone is requested to make Venn diagram for write in language and write the formula also for number of elements which are present in exactly one of the set. One of the set. Okay, so this is your homework you have to do. And yes, today a DPP is going to be sent to you till evening. You will get a DPP on the set theory, and there will be MCQ type of questions, and you all will be able to solve the DPP very easily because this is an easy topic. Okay, see, this is your homework. You have to write the formula for number of elements which are present in exactly one of the set. That means the elements which are present only in A, or the elements are present only in B. So you have to write the formula for this, you have to make Venn diagram for this, and you have to write this in the language also. Now, I will take again 3 to 4 minutes more of your break. Okay, so I will cut short your break from 15 minutes to 10 minutes. Sorry for that. Now, I am doing a thing, I am doing these things for 3 sets. Till now, we have derived the formula for 2 sets A and B. Now I am going to derive the formula for 3 sets C. This is the universal set. And now there are 3 sets. Okay. This is set A, this is set B, and this is set C. Now, in A union B union C, you will take all elements of A, B, C. Okay. So see, I am deriving the formula for A union B union C, and after that we will end today's class. So see, everyone, please. I am writing the formula for A union B union C. See, the students are regularly, although I think weather is disturbed there, that's why many students oftenly get disconnected and they come again and join the class. What is the meaning of MEU? I don't know, Mr. MV Reddy. See, I am going to write the formula for N A union B union C. Okay, so you have to take all the elements present in A, B, and C. So first of all, for this formula, I am writing Na. Everyone, please focus. If you are taking Na, then what elements will come in Na? What elements will come in Na? These elements will come. This element also will come. This element will also come. And this element will also come in Na. Now, you have to take these elements also. That's why I am adding it NB. If you are taking NB, then see which elements have been added further. This element is added. This element is added. This element is added again. And this element is added again. Okay. But now see, even after this, these elements are missed. And that's why to take these elements, we have to add NC. If we are adding NC, then see which elements will come. These elements will come again, these elements will come again, and these elements will come one more times. Now see, these elements have come 2 times and the innermost elements have come 3 times, but you have to take each and every element once only. So I am going to remove these elements once which have occurred 2 times. So now minus. To remove these elements, I am subtracting A intersection B. Okay. So after removing A intersection B, see, if you remove A intersection B, then 1 is removed from here and 1 is removed from here also. A intersection B. Okay. Now, to remove this, I have to remove this also because it is occurring twice. So I am removing it by subtracting N B intersection C. Okay, so after removing B intersection C, what will be left is C. B intersection C, this is removed, and one more thing is also removed from here. Now see, each elements are coming once. Only this element, these elements are coming twice. So to remove these elements, I am subtracting minus and C intersection A. And if I have removed C intersection A, then see these elements and this also, this will also will get removed. Now, all elements have been taken once, but the innermost element had been subtracted totally. But we have to take it once now. We have to take it once. That's why finally I am going to add it by N, A intersection B intersection C. And this is the formula. And you have to remember this formula also. Okay, so please remember this formula. Please learn this formula. In the next class I will ask the formula from you people. Okay, so the time is already over, so we will meet in the next class. Thanks everyone. Okay, so I'm ending the class. Okay, thank you.